Are you struggling with mental fogginess as well as a slight bit of memory loss where even just things last week you don't remember? Also, do you have a lot of fleeting thoughts, just overthinking and can't focus on one particular thought? Well, my friends, that sounds like a doom scrolling issue. Also, in a lot of extreme cases, it also sounds like a slight phone addiction. Hi, my name is Steph, and on this channel, we focus on self-care and bettering yourself, mental as well, to be able to help others. So guys, today we are going to be doing something a little different on my channel. We're going to be reacting to a few videos I found on TikTok, basically going over what people think about doom scrolling and just how it's affecting others. So I wanted to dive into that, also get some information from a few gurus about what exactly is doom scrolling, as well as what it's doing to your body, your brain, and then how to counteract it. All right, guys, so before we go into this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And yeah, let's not waste time. Let's get right into the video. All right, guys, so again, this is my first time doing a reaction video, and I'm just doing a few people, just a few videos that I seen on doom scrolling, just to kind of get a feel on how to even do a reaction video. But this is a topic I wanted to focus on because it's a big issue, guys. So I'm going to go from the smallest video to the biggest video, and we're going to just kind of talk about it as we go along. So let's go. So we're going to start with this one from Miss Olivia Grant Creative on TikTok. I'll be putting their details below as well.
Maybe I'll stop by the grocery around home and get a hey. Are you even paying attention to me right now?
Now, guys, that one right there, that one is one that hit home, I think, for a lot of people. This doom scrolling issue is taking over the lives of so many people to the point where we're not giving adequate enough attention to others. As you all see in her video, how I took it anyway, it sounded like somebody was talking to her and she wasn't really responding, or she was just too focused on doom scrolling to the point where she didn't even hear what that person was saying. So that is such not a good thing. It makes you unsociable, basically. And I think that's also affecting a lot of people with, as they say, introvertness. A lot of people really don't have introvertness. They're just using that as an excuse to, cover up why they don't pay attention to people and why they don't socialize. But a lot of times it's because you're on the phone, doom scrolling, and that has your full attention. So yeah, that was a good video. Let's go to the next one. From Miss Sarah, the Book Fairy.
Oh no, sorry, I can't hang out tonight. I have plans to get in bed at 9 p.m. telling myself that I'm going to read for a few hours and get really far into my book, only to pick up my phone and go for a quick scroll that turns into a 3-hour doom scroll and makes me extremely angry at myself for wasting all of my reading time doing something that I wasn't even enjoying.
So I could say, I would think that a lot of us in today's time, especially if you have a smartphone and you're online for a long period of time throughout your day, as she was stating, she was trying to make in her head a routine, like, oh, I'm going to get to bed by 9 p.m. But somehow you got caught online, doom scrolling. Now you're doing something that you're really not interested in, but you're so, I guess, addicted to it and just used to it, to the point where you wanted to do something that was more constructive and just more fit for your next day. You want to go to bed on time. But as you see, she didn't get to bed on time because of what? That doom scrolling. So that was a good video as well. It's affecting everyone's life. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the next one. We're going to look at Miss Chia Maker IJE _IJE.
Shout out to that creator that said that in order to actually stop doom scrolling on social media, it's not enough to just set like app limits on your phone, because you know how you can just like click remind me later or another hour or whatever. You can add a passcode to that app limit and have somebody else set the passcode for you. So I spend so much less time on social media now because I literally run out of time. I think I give myself 30 minutes a day during the weekdays and then an hour on the weekend. So it makes me so much more intentional about social media and what I want to spend my time doing on here. And I can do so much more with my day that will further my life than scroll through TikTok.
Okay, guys, so that was a pretty good tip that she left. Now, if you all checked out my previous video or one of my previous videos where I first started talking about doom scrolling, and my tip was that I hid my apps from myself. So I'm not just going on there. Again, as well, guys, if you're not a content creator, then I would just delete the apps, right? If you're trying to detox it. But she had a great tip where she gives herself a app limit a day where she was doing 30 minutes a day, an hour on weekends where she can go on TikTok and just scroll. And with that, she stated instead of making her own passcode, because of course, if you make your own passcode, you can go on there and doot, 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 and you back in, right? But instead, she let somebody else make her passcode. That way, she would actually have to go through them to get it, and either you don't want to go through that hassle or they're going to get on your tail before they give you the passcode, and so you won't even want it after that. So that was a good tip. So for anybody, if you don't want to just hide your apps, if you do want to continue, to be able to get on there as well, but you want to limit your time, that was a very good tip. So shout out to that creator. Next, I really do like this content creator because she has some really good inspirational and motivational videos. So I would definitely check out Mel Gibson if I were you, but let's get right into the video.
What is all of this screen time doing to us in terms of our brain, our focus, our mood, our mental health?
One of the things it's doing is it's changing your tolerance for spending a long time doing something that involves hard, deep work and thinking. If you're getting 2,000 messages a day, each one lasting maybe a second or 2 seconds, that's how your brain starts to process information in these bite-sized chunks. And they're all also chosen to be maximally enjoyable, interesting. They bombard you with interesting content. And so what happens is you assume the rest of the world is going to be like that. So if I say to a 7-year-old kid who's on a screen all day, it's time to learn to read, the amount of energy and intense concentration you're asking for there is so different from what that kid is used to. You can't expect people to just suddenly turn on this muscle that they haven't been using. So it makes us less used to having to try really hard. If you look at how many hours a day we're doing this for, we're leaving this other stuff behind. I could be doing lots of different things, but I don't do any of that stuff because I'm spending time mindlessly scrolling.
Now that one was a pretty good one as well, guys. Mel Robbins, I said Mel Gibson, girl. That ain't her name. Her name is Mel Robbins. But that was a pretty good video, even though she wasn't the one speaking, it was another person. But he definitely hit home too, where people are just so used to instant, just short gratifications. That's why shorts are doing very well right now, because lots of people don't have attention spans for long content. And it's even affecting the children too. He even brought up the child wanted to or needed to learn how to read, but he don't want to learn how to read because he's so focused on short gratifications, and trying to learn how to read it's gonna take too long for him. So yeah, it affects your brain in that type of way as well. All right, so the next one. Now this person, he's going to explain what is it and how is it damaging our brains. So yeah, let's get right into it. And this is from Dr. Clint Steele.
Doom scrolling, what is it? Why should you care? How is it damaging your brain, your health, and your memory? Hey, it's Dr. Clint Steele. I'm a brain and nervous system specialist, helping people just like you improve their lives by improving their brain function. Doom scrolling is a recent word that was added to Webster's dictionary. Basically refers to scrolling through your phone or on a computer, reading negative information, basically. And the reason this is a problem is because your brain doesn't understand the difference between reality, what's really going on in life, what's going on right now in your present, what you imagine to be happening in your present, what you're reading, or what you're watching on TV. So news has to do with as well. If you're watching news on a television as well. Basically what happens is your brain is wired to always be looking for survival situations. So it can send messages to the amygdala to say, hey, we need to survive. And so when your brain sees something that's negative, something that would be considered survival, it engages what's called the amygdala. The amygdala is your survival brain. And now what happens is your amygdala takes over, sends chemicals throughout the body to allow you to survive, for example, a burning building. Okay. Unfortunately, there's no burning building. And so what happens is these neurotransmitters and these chemicals and these hormones are rushing through your body, and they're causing problems. They're causing things like inflammation. They're causing digestive problems. They're causing immune system problems. They're causing memory problems as well. And so what we want to do is we want to get away from this. The term that we refer to is called stressed brain syndrome. Basically, it's the inability for your brain to adapt to and recover from stress. And we get those stressors from not only emotional stress, but also physical stress and chemical stress. So on average, the average adult is looking at their phone 4 hours a day. The average teenager is looking at their phone 7+ hours a day. How much of that information is positive? How much of that information is negative? That's the big question, because according to Psychology Today, you can actually become addicted to stress. The more you perceive stress, the bigger your amygdala gets, which is what happens. Your amygdala actually increases in size and your prefrontal cortex actually shrinks. You can become addicted to stress. So what do you need to do? Stop reading negative information. Stop looking at negative pictures. Stop putting negative information into your brain, whether it's on your phone, whether it's on a computer, whether it's on TV, whether it's what you're reading, it's who you're talking to. Stop it. If it doesn't pertain to you and you can't change it, don't put it into your mind. It's Dr. Clint Steele.
Okay, y'all. So Dr. Clint Steele came in with a word, okay? So his whole take on it was how it damages your brain, your immune system, and some other stuff, your respiratory system, digestive system. Like, it's damaging so much of us, guys, and we don't even know it, right? So what he stated, and I definitely agree as well. Even with positive information, right? I feel like you should still limit your screen time, because even just the screen is just, but what he stated was correct. Limit what you see as far as negative information, limit what you watch, limit what you are online doing, both on the computer or on your phone. Even just what people are saying, try to limit the negativity that's going into your brain. This is why a lot of people, even though you should be aware of your surroundings at all times and what's going on in the world, don't overload on it too much, because it starts to affect your reality. And we ain't trying to do that, right? We're not trying to do that in a negative sense anyway. It's okay to be aware, but small doses, okay? But yes, so that was that. And I really do agree with that message, Dr. Steele. So let me see, did I have any others before my camera does some other stuff, because it's been tripping. No, I think that was it, guys. So that was all of the videos that I wanted to go over about doom scrolling and the tips and what it's doing to our bodies. And guys, really, it's hindering us in a lot of other ways as well. But that'll be another video. If you have any comments, if you're maybe starting a journey of limiting your phone time, screen time, maybe you just wanted to change your life but needing some inspiration, definitely drop the comments in the comment section below. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I will be back with more videos. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Bye.